Welcome to the Hampton-Dumont Community School District FollettDestiny website. This website will help you locate a particular school catalog. In this case, I will choose the middle school for demonstration purposes. The first thing that you may want to do is log in yourself. You can log in with your regular username and password that you use for your laptop. Once you have been logged in, this will change from guest and it will say your name. You can certainly use the catalog without logging in, but by logging in, you will be able to store book titles that you have searched for and place them in your own personal backpack or list. The list can then be found under My Info. Those lists may be helpful, having stored them to be used at a different time. You also will find out what books that you have currently checked out and when they are due and if you owe any fines by clicking on the My Info. You can conduct your basic search here, but just know that you will be searching the entire school district when you do that. So for demonstration purposes, if I am searching the whole district on a topic such as dogs, I will notice that some of the books will be checked in at the middle school, some of them may be checked out at the middle school, and yet further, if I click next, some of them may say ask, and that simply means that they may be at either the high school or the elementary. I can narrow my search further along the side here if I am interested in. If I want to find books on dogs that deal with a guided reading program, I will notice that there are 83 titles. I can click apply and narrow my search further. These all have a FollettDestiny letter system. If I click on them or wave my mouse over it, I will notice that the FollettDestiny letter of this one was actually L. And all of that information is listed here. If I go back further, I may choose to locate the books specifically by location. And I can narrow it just by the elementary or the middle school. In this case, I will choose the middle school. So now you'll notice I am searching by dogs, I am searching by the FollettDestiny letters, and I'm searching by the middle school. There certainly may be other books at the middle school on dogs, but I may need to look by Lexile or by AR or something else and use a conversion chart to find the appropriate FollettDestiny letter if that's what I'm looking for. There are red and white FollettDestiny conversion charts in each of the libraries. In this case, I'm going to exit out and do another search, not through the Quest platform, but through the basic library search. So I will need to exit here, go to the basic library search tab, and notice the basic is lit up. I will search by reading program, FollettDestiny, and I will search by letter L through letter O. If that's my range, and I want just the middle school, not the entire district, I can click keyword and go. So there are 160 titles at the middle school that are between letter L through O. I can further organize that if I want to by call number and click go. So now all of the 300s in the school library will show up all the way down the rest of the nonfiction titles. I can go a little further over and now you'll see BRs listed. That stands for the book room. You will be able to check to see whether these books are available by looking on the right hand side. So if I click on this one, it will show that all of them are available and this is where they are located. Notice that with this particular title, some of them are in the book room and others are in our school library. Again, the clarification is that if there is a BR, it's in the book room, and if not, they're in the school library. Another search that you may want to do, instead of a basic search, is you could just do a call number search. In this case, I will search the middle school and do capital B, capital R, and click Go. All of the books in our school book room having the characters BR as the call number will show up. There are 3,600, a little more than that, in the middle school book room. If I was wanting to compare what was in the book room at the elementary, I could choose the elementary, do the same BR. It doesn't matter whether it's capital or not, it will still search. And there are 7,518 titles in the elementary book room. Again, if I wanted to search the entire district, I could certainly do that. I'm going to go ahead and do yet another search. I've done the basic, I've done the call number search. Now I'm going to show you the power search. The power search is really nice because I can search the entire district or an individual school. I can tell it the call number, which is the book room. And I can also tell it a specific letter. In this case, I'm going to do all of the G's in the entire district. And then I will click search. There are 85 that have the call number BR, and every single one of them are G's. It will tell me whether they are located at the middle school or not. In this case, I will find some that say that there are available. There is one available local copy. So in this case, I'm going to click on that. It's a letter G, and it shows me that here at the middle school, there is one. It doesn't have a BR in front of it, so that means that it's in the school library. The other ones are in the book room and the school library, but all of them are at the elementary. So pay close attention to the call numbers as well as their location. And in this case, it says middle school, and the others say elementary. If I wanted to do something other than the FollettDestiny reading program, I could certainly do AR, or I could do Lexile. So if you know one or the other, you can certainly use the conversion charts and do so accordingly. So let's say that I wanted to search for 5.0 reading level to 6.0 reading level. I could certainly do that as well. And whether I wanted to do book room or not, I could do that, or maybe I chose not to. Either way works. I could do a search. And in our book room, these are the sets of books. If you were doing AR, if you wanted a class set, you could do it that way, or you certainly could do a search without the BR. So there are 73 titles that have the 5th to 6th grade level of reading as well. Yet one other search that you could do would be by Lexile. A lot of our books are not coded for AR or FollettDestiny yet, because that is something that we have just begun. But many of them have a Lexile number assigned to them. So let's say that a student, their Lexile number is between 560 and 660. I could certainly search the district for that. So I am going to not include the call number in this case. Let's see what we find for that search. There are 1,692 titles that appear within that Lexile range. I'm not sure exactly what letter that would fall under, but I could certainly search by Lexile, and it would be the same thing as the AR program. It looks like it maybe is like a FollettDestiny letter E, or like a 4th grade level book. So if that was your criteria, you could also search that way. And it's really nice to be able to look for, on the right hand side, where the location of those books are at. Whether they're at the elementary or whether they're at the middle school. Most likely, searching for a FollettDestiny letter of, say, Z or Z plus, there may certainly even be books that we have located at the high school. So it does not necessarily mean that it's at the elementary or middle school. There certainly could be books that are there as well. You will also see that a handful of books will be in the ebook format, and that means that they are an electronic book that we have gotten free from the AEA. We may be looking for purchasing more of them. But again, Here's an example of letter Z is the Fontenay-Pinnell system, or Fontenay-Pinnell letter, and one book is at the middle school and the other 2 copies are at the high school. So place special attention to where the books are actually located. And this concludes my presentation. Should you have more questions, feel free to email me at cjacobs@hdcsd.org. Thank you.